the gameplay is, what the strategies are normally on a day-to-day. But like everything here on Rumble on the Rift, nothing's ever concrete. Things are always changing. Comps are always drifting and adapting because you have to adapt.
That's right.
Or die.
You do have to adapt or die. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to see, I've got it up there on the screen. We're going to go ahead and check out how VA Esports got here. So here's a little bit of a highlight reel as to how they played on their last Rumble on the Rift, which was against Paleo White. So check this out, guys.
Oh, no. Take it over as my FPS drops 2, and you have the better view right now. Take it away, Evan.
Right now, DuBois and Challengenar going back and forth. Challengenar able to pick something up. Tage is going after Drowsin. He's trying to get off as much damage as possible. Drowsin going to escape with about 40 HP. Hikage is probably going to make somebody else pop. He does go down to Liaison, so somebody gets a little bounty gold. Double kill goes over to Liaison. He desperately needed that to get back in this game, and now it is a full-on press down mid lane to try to take some turrets and get some global pressure and get some objective gold. And that's
really well. Paleo White needs to end the game fast, quick, and easy. Group and take the objectives down.
Oh, it's not what they wanted. Popper is in a bad situation as he is stuck in this dragon pit, and now the boys of VA Esports are stuck in a dragon pit. Right now, everybody in Paleo White is getting a piece of the pie, and that is definitely an ace. If they can
protective coverage on Zed. Zed distracting 2 of the main key figures as 3 of Paleo White coming into the 4th DuBois after this Baron. But wait, here comes I Try, and Proper trying to get this Baron steal, whatever they can do as the rest of VA Esports comes in. Here comes the calling by Lucian. Drowsing getting some huge damage on by Hitakage. What is going on? It's so much discord and chaos. Popper doing whatever he can to disrupt, but not enough. Challengers taking some massive damage, doing some knockups. The Baron is healing up, not going to engage. That's why you knocks out Challenger. Challenger being the main target. Laces also trying to heal everybody away, gets exhausted. Challenger trying to get away. Oh, as he goes down again after Lacian, getting exhausted by Reaper's booty, getting knocked up by the booty, undone by the booty. And he just tries to disrupt everything, but he's not away from Vigil. Gets taken down by Popper, and Cyril trying to save the day with Aetherstar doing the calling from the back, but no, says the booty, as he does so much damage against Cyril. Taken down by Drowsin, Cyril goes down. DuBois getting slain.
Popper, a fantastic. Right now, I think this is going to be first inhib going over. That was a fantastic Emperor's Divide. Challenger is on the opposite wrong side of a team fight. He goes down, up goes Popper. He is looking for a cocoon, but he doesn't find one.
Right now, DuBois doing some harassing from the side, distracting the huge 5v4 as he goes in. Because Blue knocks him out. Superb Popper. Oh! Gets ulted. Down goes the tower. He's here trying to follow in. Challenger up in the air, but he can't get away fast enough as he's going down to Monument. Layson taking some huge damage from the calling.
So there you have it. That is pretty much how the boys over at VA Esports got here. On our count right now, they are down to 0-2. So tonight, they're really, really looking to come back into this thing and really make something happen. You kind of saw it there. They had a rough patch, and it's brought them here through sheer determination. They're really ready to show their stuff. Before we get into the game, let's pop over to the interview desk where we had VA Esports' very own Challenger in that top lane. Let's take a look at that real quick, Penguino. Let's take a real quick look at that, Penguino.
Ladies and gentlemen,
With this Rumble, we wanted to refocus. Our pick and ban phase has been hectic, rushed, and probably our greatest source of weakness. We wanted to leave that in the dust, so we crafted strategies that we feel can trip them up from the ban stage onwards. We took what we learned from our last Rumble, and have done our best to apply it tonight. Whether we win or lose, let the results be the final say. We will have to see how the new and upgraded neutral objectives have changed their priorities. However the cookie crumbles, making sure our Vision minigame excels will be top priority for winning these games tonight. Like most players, I think we have yet to play with or against a lot of what is considered strong this patch, as they are frequently banned. We've messed around with a few oddball picks, my personal top lane favorite being the newly changed Alawi. Sadly, though fun, I'm not quite sure attempting to max out reflection damage of Test of Spirit to 100% is overall best for any team composition. I was able to brainstorm a strategy I think will be super effective against RedBird. Most League players play with a mouse and a keyboard. However, I thought of a better device to go foul hunting with.
Well, there you have it. That was ChallengeNar sounding pretty confident tonight, Penguino. What do you think?
I mean, it's up to everybody to kind of prove if they can back up their words on the Rift. I mean, you can say all you want, you can talk all the kind of trash, you're kind of the strategy, saying how you have the upper hand, but you never know until you step on that Rift and then you go 1v1 against your lane opponent. So, especially against this underdog team that we have coming up on tonight's episode. Super exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be a very, very big deal to see if newcomers RedBird eSports can turn their synergy on and bring it here on Rumble on the Rift tonight, because this is these teams have had each other to scout for at least 4 days, 5 days, and if you're RedBird eSports, you've actually been able to scout VA eSports since the 6th Rumble on the Rift, so they've been here for a while. And speaking of RedBird eSports, I was actually fortunate enough to get with Treebeard and kind of see what he and the boys over at RedBird eSports have to say about tonight's Rumble on the Rift. So let's pop over and check that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 seconds.
Well, 6.9 is a crazy patch, and we've been looking at different team comps that control the pace of the game in a different way than what we're used to and what other teams are probably used to. So through this, we've been looking at ways to obtain better objective control at different points in the game. Well, I think we have prepared for them. We think we have an advantage because we were actually able to look at some of their past matches on Rumble on the Rift, and through that I think we found some holes in their champion pools and their gameplay. So we hope to abuse this and try and get a lead that way. Well, outside of League, we like to play other games like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, even Terraria. And that's just to work on our synergy and for fun. But being that we are a college team, we're in a good location to meet up and hang out. And this kind of helps us to keep operating both as a team and a group of friends.
So there you have Treebeard there talking a little bit about the boys over at RedBird eSports. What do you think, Penguino? I mean, both teams have a very sound strategy. They've both been checking each other out. They both sound super confident in about what they're going to do. So do you think the rotations of RedBird eSports are going to beat out VA eSports longevity? What do you think?
By scouting out the whole day, I've been scouting these two teams out, and what I come to find is Both have very solid, consistent gameplay in very specific areas of their team structure. Their compositions do accommodate for their style of play, which is just something that you want to do as a team and synergize all of that. Both teams are incredible together when they're going and they're rolling. I honestly, this is going to be one of those really games that's just too close to call for comfort, which is really why you see the closeness of the score we saw earlier at 48-52. It's not that far apart, even though in favor of the newcomers, it's well-founded. Both of these teams are very, very good together as teams. They're all very sound. They have so much going for them. They have a lot of good structure in the competition, a lot of good teamwork, and a lot of good wins on each of their sides. So definitely the confidence on both teams is very well sounded, very well founded.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, here's another thing. If the guys over at RedBird eSports didn't pick up on it, did a little from the last Rumble on the Rift that these teams, this VA team has been on. Something that was very consistent was Drowsen's Zed pick. Now on 6.9, some could say that Zed got a little bit of a buff. QSS doesn't get rid of Deathmark. So Drowsen is like he's 2.75 on his kills. His KDA. So he's very well with beyond that average thresh mark for kills here at Rumble on the Rift. He's proven that he can snowball that lane if given the opportunity. If you leave Drowsen in the mid lane with your mid laner without zero gank pressure, he has the potential to snowball that lead. He's done it. He played that very hard against UW. I'm sorry, not UW, but he played that very hard against Paleo White, and they kind of had an issue. And for the first 10 to 15 minutes, he was actually snowballing that lane, and Paleo White had to do something about that. So here we might have that again if the boys over at RedBird eSports let that go through, which they very well might.
Yeah, but the thing to note here for the side of VA eSports is Drowsen is such a great mid laner. In every aspect of the word mid laner, like everything that encompasses a mid laner, his champ pool is very big. He's comfortable on not only assassin champions, which is his preference from what I've seen so far, but he has mastered control mages like Anivia. Like he's comfortable playing different roles and just fitting so well and fitting into his comp. It's like he's like a ditto. He fits into everything. He could turn into anything that his team needs him to be, which makes him such a lethal mid laner. And not only that, but his mechanics are amazing. We've seen that time and time again. Even though they've come up short just a bit, he's never fallen short for his team. He's never failed to deliver. He's always putting up those insane numbers and getting those kills right on the money every time just for his team.
Every time.
So definitely you need to zone in, not tunnel vision, Drowsed, but definitely prioritize him for a certain extent, and then if you let him go, there's only so much you can do against a good Drowsen. But if you can control his mid lane against him, or at least keep him under taps,
right,
and manage him enough, you can have a chance of definitely snowballing yourself and trying to get around that mid lane just pressure point that they have.
Well, I mean, and they're going to have to, right? They're going to absolutely have to. Another thing that they're really going to have to worry about and keep in tow is the fact that Challenge Gnar is also very, very strong. He's been known to 1v1 top laners, and whenever he played against Dubois and UW's top laner, like they had a lot of problems shutting him down. It's not to say that they can't. We haven't seen that much from the boys over at RedBird eSports like we're going to see tonight, but something that they have to watch. So it's definitely going to be, they're going to have to pick one. Either they're going to have to focus on Drowsen being this carry mid, or they're going to have to worry about the top lane utility and strength of Challenge Gnar. Oddly enough, I was taking a look at it, and Challenge Gnar, the fact that his name is Challenge Gnar would like surmise that we're going to see some Challenge Gnar play, Challenge Gnar, but some Gnar play and some fantastic Mega Gnar ults. He's not played it here on Rumble on the Rift at all. He played Malphite twice, he played Shin, and he played Poppy, but he has yet to actually play Gnar. So that's fantastic.
This top lane is something, it's more than meets the eye, because on paper, if you go and you try to scout them out, you will see that tonight they're bringing out two potential top laners. You have Challenge Gnar and you have Bruce Ban Gnar.
I
So
love
that's
it.
pretty clever. Love it.
I love
But
it.
both of them maxed out incredibly hardcore with Gnar. It would seem on paper that they're one-trick ponies on Gnar,
Yeah.
but we know that's not the case. We know that that is an advantage for VA Esports to have that kind of mystery shrouded over this top lane because they're
Yeah.
so versatile in their picks. You don't have much to go off of. Even the late games, they have some Gnar in there, which throws them off. Like, oh, is he still rocking Gnar? Is he feeling the rest of the lanes? You don't really know how to plan for this top lane. The only way you can do that is by watching the jungle picks and trying to see, based on their jungle pick, what are they trying to do with the top lane? Are they trying to like sustain with a tank? Are they trying to come in and get kills with an assassin, etc., etc.? But yeah, this top lane is very ambiguous. It's kind of shrouded in mystery,
It's
but
gonna
we
be
both know
explosive
it's
for
dangerous.
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're having a lot of issues here with the client tonight.
Cliente.
Yeah, it does look like we've got some issues with the client here. Let's see.
This is a lot smoother than the last one because now everything's kind of set up. Everyone's settled.
Sure.
We have the stats. We have the technology running in our favor. The
We
only
can
thing
make
that
it
isn't
work.
is it's Rito.
It's Rito. It's that same error message that everybody's kind of been getting, which is that weird like over and over, like you just kind of like it just kind of keeps happening. Like I don't know what the hell the problem is with that. Like it's really weird. It's like just keeps popping up that okay message. I don't know if anybody in chat has been able to quail that message, but that would be fantastic. Yeah, Paleo Penguino client strikes again.
Yeah, I think even I don't know if it works or not, but someone in chat, let me know. Does opening up the client as an administrator work to kind of get rid of that bug, or is it just overall the client itself?
Yeah, it looks like only one of the players are actually connected, which is that Spectre CTR up top. I don't know what's going on. Everybody has disconnect right here. You see that? I love it. Oh, and everybody.
Okay, here we go.
All right, good deal. Okay, here we go.
Groovy.
So let's get into picks and bans, ladies and gentlemen. On 6.9 in my and look at that. Just like we were talking about, RedBird eSports immediately bans out Drowsin Zed. Not gonna let that in here. You kind of know a little bit more than I do. Does Treebeard play a lot of Elise or?
Treebeard actually has a really, really good Elise. She's got 52 wins on Elise with a 2.8 KDA, 53.1 win ratio. Very versatile champion for him to pick, but that's why they're kind of banning it because they know it's lethal. But Treebeard has secrets. Treebeard has a really solid Kindred gameplay. He does rock an occasional Amumu, a Pantheon, but I'm not sure he's going to rock with us this time. But he's just an amazing just jungler overall. With his Kindred, he has over 144. He has 144 wins on Kindred. So eyeball that as they get out the Morgana, the Nautilus, and the Elise, and now the Zed. It's a whole bunch of target picks that I don't have time to really mumble on like I did last time.
Sure.
Just to kind of get some preference. They are going to ban out the Malzahar and the Annie. The Annie's actually a relevant ban here.
Sure.
Because who is it that runs that Annie?
Well, the Malazar, for an absolute fact, has
yeah.
the highest win rate of any of the 6.9 mages right now. Him and Kindred have like a 56 or 57% win rate. Anytime you get over that 55% win rate, like overall within like the league client itself, that's it's immediate change for ban because most of the champions are supposed to be varied by 2 points at 50%, like 48 to 52, like it's a safe balanced champion. Whenever you get somewhere around like 56, that is absolutely ridiculous. And just as I'm saying that, the boys over at VA Esports are going to pick up that Kindred OP pick for Popper in the jungle. And Popper is not a jungler to be taken lightly.
61% win ratio on that Kindred
Good
with
Lord.
30.1 KDA. That is ridiculous. And also, they took it away from Treebeard. Treebeard's over 100 play champion. They didn't ban it in hopes of they knew they had to get that jungle control because all the common theme and thread here on Rumble in the Rift is junglers are if they're not always not the MVP, it's usually the top laner, but they're always in the top 2, top 3 of the entire time.
Yeah.
The whole time. They're always important roles.
They're going to get another OP pick in this this Taric. Taric support. Taric support so strong with that Cosmic Radiance, able to turn a fight on its head, which is absolutely fantastic. Very, very good job picking that stuff up by VA Esports. They have got a lot of power picks here, like a ton of power picks.
Not only the fact that they pick these champions because they're so good, but VA Esports has their support likes to pick champions with great CC. They like to pick them off with stuns, with different skill shots and such as like that. They have really good burst, also a good broad champ pool in the support role. More engaging kind of comp. Like they like to, with the Taric, you have the stun with the really long range. It's long for a stun actually for him. So once you have that stun and you have that multiple when he hits the W on his ally ADC, multiple stuns at once, which causes the initiation and pick. It's not really for big group engagements. It's more for the bot lane early game to pick out one by one. Get this one stun, just storm them down, then move on to the next one, storm them down. That is the way they like to play, and they finally got it in their favor, especially with this Ez on Brewster Sauce. Sauce.
Yeah, here's the things though. Brewster Sauce. Brewster Sauce is a sub ADC. He's picking it up with Try here tonight. Try keeping. Is that a Heimerdinger that I see? That's a
flex.
Yeah, that's a flex. Okay, so Brewster Sauce is not the ADC that we have seen here time and time again. We usually see that Lee Sion.
That's actually him. He changed his name.
Oh, he changed his name. Okay,
yeah,
so all right,
threw
great.
me off too.
Yeah, all right, great. Okay, well then Brewster Sauce, it doesn't matter. But I Try. We actually haven't seen I Try since they played UW Esports quite a long time ago. So we actually haven't seen Try back here. Reaper of Booty is who they utilized back when they played Paleo White. And actually, the bottom lane of VA Esports had a little bit more synergy and a little bit going for them whenever Try was in that bottom lane. What, I guess, Galio mid? I'm going to be in trouble because I haven't seen Galio played in a super long time. I don't know Galio's abilities.
So he has I think his Q is the skill shot where it creates a whirlwind and it hits, obviously doing damage, kind of like a Nivea's Q, but it doesn't stun. It creates this wind pattern for him to kind of, a wind current that lets him speed up as he goes through, kind of like when, I guess.
That I know, but I just don't know what the hell they're called.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
I have zero idea, so I will be clicking on that throughout the cast. I haven't seen Galio played in a very long time, and I really haven't seen Galio played here on Rumble on the Rift. So
he's made to be a damage sponge. Okay. So definitely interesting to see how they integrate that into their gameplay, especially since they have a really heavy. They've got 2 tanks as opposed to 3 potential tanks on the side of VA Esports. So we might see a lot of like wet noodle fight really early on, and then we're going to see some development in the jungle and ADC roles. Those are the ones we have to pay attention to, I think, the entire time, just to kind of see how they feel each other out.
Yeah, so Spectre is going to be able to, whenever Challengenar gets nice and beefy, he's going to be able to use that Subjugate against him and kind of make that Challengenar's ability to be that tanky utility top laner against him, which is really, really what Challengenar does. That's kind of the style of his gameplay. Spectre is going to be able to take that away. I find it interesting that they chose to go Trundle, but I imagine that since we're getting that Maokai up top, that's kind of why that happened. We're not going to see a tank Echo in the top lane. I would imagine we're going to see a more AP-focused Echo, but kind of wherever Echo is going right now, that's kind of what they want to do. He is a very, very strong pick right now. Talk to me a little bit about Little Groot and Man Bear Pig, just a little bit. I'm not, like I said, I'm not too familiar with RedBird eSports picks and synergies and stuff, so just kind of walk us through that just a little bit.
So they like to go for the poke and range kind of comps. You know, with the Jins, normally the longest range, you know, they have the Caitlyn, obviously, and then they have Braum. Great pokes with their Qs, great vision. They rely heavily on their kits and their skill shots to kind of land in their abilities. We do see a slow-paced kind of development. They're not like dependent on autos like you see a Jinx who has the, when she scales up, autos are all you really need. Her skills do help out to kind of eliminate, but we just auto attacks do heavy damage. But they're really reliant on these skill shots, so we're going to see a really slow pace bottom lane, but controlled. They want to control the lane the entire time, not just in dominate and take the tower first, but we might see this go into the mid game a little bit. They have that good synergy. They have that good time management and able to kind of like top lane.
Yeah.
So Wet Noodle fight for a little bit, and you kind of let the mid lane. They're wanting to let the mid lane take the toll, take all the credit for progressing the movement and moving around, then rotating, especially with Drowsin on the opposite side against them. So this is a good strategy by the side of RedBird eSports. I want to see if it comes to fruition, though. If they can really depend or believe in that mid lane enough and support it with the jungle support to help out that mid lane against this heavy, lethal Drowsin and Popper combo, especially with that Kindred.
I'm just interested. We heard on the interviews that RedBird has these fantastic rotations. They're just able to out-rotate a lot of teams. VA Esports knows that, so I'm interested to see with this composition that they have. There's not a lot of global presence. There's not a lot of global ultimates here. There's no Shin. There's no Destiny by Twisted Fate. There's not even a farm alarm by the Rek'Sai to get in where they need to very quickly. So I'm interested. Although it does look like Drowsin has chosen to take the TP. So we could see a TP ultimate taunt play to really stop the rotations. I don't know if that's going to work. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of Galio play. I'm not sure how this really fits in. Chat, let me know. What do you think? Kindred is going to ult in Galio ult, calling it. That actually would not be a bad idea. That is a fantastic way to negate Drowsin's ultimate altogether. It's just really going to matter if... actually, that would be really, really bad for them to do. So, yeah, hopefully not. Paleo Mystican saying Galio Shield plus Maokai, a Maokai ultimate unkillable. So, I mean, that could be another thing in itself.
Aren't Maokai and Galio's ult the same thing where they just take damage and then they redistribute it, but only Galio's like stationary and then Maokai's mobile?
Yeah, essentially.
They might be using that just to kind of harass super hardcore in team fights. Like they have all that, like I said, that's what I'm thinking. Galio might go extreme tank and be just damage sponge. Same thing with a Maokai, where you have these potential 3 frontliners, especially with that Taric, who stuns while you're inside. Then they hit the ult off, getting kited by their ADCs and their damage dealers. And then they're meant to just go in balls deep, engage, stun you, and then keep you in this tight circle. Especially, this is a comp that you don't want to see in the jungle because it relies heavily on close quarter abilities and skill shots. So with that in mind, all that damage is going to go haywire. But then again, you see how are they going to utilize the Kindred ult? They just took away so many tools from RedBird to use against them, like these heavily relied upon champions like the Kindred away from RedBird eSports. But adapt or die, like we said before. So I really want to see such a great both of these teams. I was excited just researching them, looking them up. It was so good to see different styles of play in their chosen champions. They had a lot of really good win rates. But now it's time to see what they're all about. All the hype is over. All the polls have been done. All the numbers dialed and emails sent. It's time to watch this unfold.
Yeah, let's check it out. And I'm interested to see how this unfolds. Like you said, if VA Esports, if you think VA Esports is going to take this whole thing, then definitely in chat. Oh, look, my hotkeys aren't working again. Fantastic. Okay, so if you think VA Esports is going to take this whole thing, then definitely hashtag VA win. If you think that the boys over at RedBird Esports are going to take this, then hashtag RBE win. We want to hear from you guys. Is the popular vote going to be the vote tonight? Is it going to be RedBird Esports? I'm interested.
Anybody changing their minds? Anybody adjusting to all the
Rosenoir says votes RedBird to win. Let's go. They did. But also, I noticed that the Bladed Kings were very vocal on the fact that they were all about that VA, baby.
Oh yeah.
They were all about it.
All about that VA.
So I think what we're really going to watch here is we're getting a lot of VA wins actually in the chat. So very, very much looking forward to seeing if you guys are right. We're going to see VA eSports. They're going to be able to hit that level 2 before their counter lane of Little Groot and Man Bear Pig. And we'll just kind of see how that all works out. I'm actually a fan of Brewster Sauce. Like, I actually like this ADC quite a bit. He is very, very good. The thing is, Brewster Sauce is going to have to be very careful with his combo because, I mean, that's how the Ezreals do all the damage they can. They've got to hit the QE combo, Q attack, W attack, and I mean the whole thing. But that's kind of the staple of a good Ezreal player and a bad Ezreal player, so we're gonna have to see how that works. Though Try is playing this fantastic OP support down here, so we're gonna have to see how he utilizes Dazzle and if he can get out some good cosmics. Just as we're talking about that, Popper goes up top. He's gonna do a ton of damage, and Spectre is already gonna burn his flash at the 3-minute mark. So already Popper showing his dominance on this OP Kindred pick.
Like I said, that top dynamic of how are they going to utilize their junglers for the top lane. That's kind of how to see, especially with Challenge Gnar. I said, how would you just, the only way you can tell how they're going to play top lane, because you think they're going to pick Gnar the entire time. But then you see the whole Kindred pick dynamic, and then you have to kind of base it off the jungle to see your preference or the preface to kind of dictate what are they going to do next. Are they going to rotate to the top because they're in the baiting? All that other stuff comes into play. There's so many mechanics right now. And they're just kind of taking it as they go, kind of feel. And Kindred kind of sneaking, lurking around the jungle, getting called out by Echo, and the bottom lane just kind of keeping it slow pace and steady. Like I said, Brewster Sauce does have to keep in mind though, and we all know this. Oh, whoa, hold on. As we say, Treebeard going all over Popper, managing to get out. CLG we trust, kind of trying to chase around. Drowsin coming in, putting up his shield, taking some damage, doing some damage himself. Nothing too crazy there. Almost was, but not going to be today.
Yeah, you know, Treebeard got a little bit of help from his top laner, his mid laner, and that is going to be very, very key. How those guys move around the map is going to be very, very important because VA Esports kind of already has their number, right? They kind of already know that they're going to have to get very aggressive with their wards, and they're going to have to stop, like I said, stop the rotations. And just there is a very, very good sense of the mechanics that RedBird eSports is comfortable with. We're gonna get out a pause right now. That's gonna go out.
I kind of wanted to discuss like real quick how Brewster Sauce is managing his mana. Managing mana on Ezreal is such a annoying micro task that you have to kind of manage the entire time you're playing, because yeah, he does damage, but it's just not. Without his combos, he's pretty much just this like noodle in the ocean, just floating away. You have to. He's doing a really good job at managing his mana cost right now and making sure he's using it efficiently and just keeping sure that he's not dying.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of mana cost. Because once you engage and you have no mana, you're just kind of poking with a stick. It's not really doing much.
That's not good. It's really not. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty for the junglers. Hitting about 200 ping, so Rito just not doing us any favors tonight. As we are just kind of sitting around waiting. Just as I say that, looks like we are back into the game here. Go ahead and hop back in that for you guys.
We are seeing some good ward placement on both teams as every time the jungle or someone tries to invade into each other's camps, they are getting called out. They're getting immediately pinged. They are great right now. Both of these teams are doing a great job at map awareness. Map awareness is another micro task that you have to keep doing, is keep eyeballing that bottom right corner map the entire time. To those of you who might be tuning in for the first time and don't know what League of Legends is, there's a map on the bottom of the map on the screen, and you always have to keep tabs. Otherwise, you're going to get ganked. Ganked, no fun, equals bad time. Maybe tilt.
Yeah, a lot of tilt.
So much tilt.
A lot of tilt action. Yeah. Okay. So, again, right now, U-Try is taking, he's taking a ton of damage, but thankfully that that Tarek pick has a lot of built-in sustain for his lane with that bravado. So that's very, very, very good. We're going to see Treebeard play around this first dragon. That first dragon, of course, is going to be that fire dragon, so that extra attack damage. He's going to wait in the wings. We're going to see Popper Toad pop down in the bottom side. Here we go. Treebeard might take out a parallel convergence. There it is. He's going to try to get a very good stun off. He does. Drowsin is sitting like a lame duck in mid lane. CLG, we trust, is able to get off quite a lot of autos. Drowsin is going to play it safe. He's getting pretty tanky. He's going to be able to walk back into lane and not burn any sums. So fantastic job there by the VA eSports mid laner.
A little mechanical tip too is normally a lot of teams we see aren't utilizing the auto to its maximum capacity. Normally we just see them kind of step around and twinkle toe themselves around, kind of placing them for the placement, and only using and relying on skill shots with the occasional 1 or 2 autos. And if they tend to click too much around trying to move and be like agile serpentine, they'll cancel an auto in midway that could have helped them get that final kill. We all see those last minute escapes, that 2 HP, that kind of dreaded escape.
The escapes.
Seeing both of these mid laners utilizing, especially in CLG we trust, utilizing those auto attacks and getting maximum capacity amount of damage is really refreshing to see from a mechanical standpoint. Spectre and Challenger are kind of going head to head, toe to toe. A club to kitty cat, but nothing is going down. No one is dying tonight. There is no slumber at this slumber party that Meowkai is ready for. Kind of feeling each other out. This top lane is so well paced. This is a little bit better, faster action for a top lane to see, but great play on both sides nonetheless, because what less do we expect from 2 amazingly talented players? Challenger and Spectre just kind of whacking each other around, getting a feel for each other. As we see both junglers in the top jungle, they get called out, both of them aware of their presence. Slow pace.
Yeah, slow pace, but what we're seeing is we're trying to see RedBird eSports trying to be a little bit more aggressive. They're trying to win over the Vision, which you see that they are actually leading in right now. They're getting a lot of offensive wards. We're starting to get to the point where somebody's going to have to think, especially if, Challenger blows that first sum right there, and Little Groot and Manbear Pig are putting a lot of pressure on this bottom turret, first tier. And since they saw Popper up in this top side, they are absolutely 110% free to do so, and utilize Little Groot utilizing all that extra range. They're able to chunk down that first tier turret quite a bit and save theirs. And as they're pushing these lanes, though, it also sets them up again for that first fire dragon, which is going to help out RedBird eSports quite a lot.
Do you see how efficiently and just so active they are in constantly communicating with pings on the map? Maybe we can't hear the comms, obviously, but I'd imagine they're still vocalizing what they want to do. And also, on top of that, doing the constant pinging and alerting of each other on the map with their pings and keyboards. That is amazing synergy on this team on the side of RedBird eSports. That is why they're so efficiently controlling all of the lanes with these great rotations. That's what we heard about coming into this match, was RedBird is really talented at rotating.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that being displayed right now. Great job on the pound. Drowsin. Ooh, taking some damage from CLG we trust. CLG we trust is kind of harassing.
Manbear Pig might be taking a little bit too much. He had that shield up. He was able to get out of there in the nick of time, but not before he was half health. He's going to have to chug some pots. He's got some biscuits in his reserve, so he's going to be okay, but maybe not try that again. I mean, he's got Glacial Fissure. He's ready to pop off, but I don't think Little Groot is there. But Manbear Pig is utilizing that unbreakable shield quite well.
The bottom, Little Groot and Manbear Pig have that pace going for them, like I mentioned before. Even though they're the ones we're seeing pressuring more, they're not going too crazy for engages. They're just poking, farming, and doing side damage whenever possible and at the best times against Brewster Sauce and Why I Try. That's the whole
It's the whole
like
idea. Yeah.
this whole caveat of their game plan.
Yeah.
Which is working extremely well for them.
Tri is going to want to stick pretty closely to Booster Sauce with Tarek being very, very strong whenever he's sitting in lane with his ADC. So you're going to see those guys bounce around with one another. It's kind of a changing of the guard right now because Booster Sauce is actually able to push the wave into Little Groot and Man Bear Pig without really anything being said about it. We're going to see Treebeard and Popper, of course, down here in the bottom lane. So it's quite possible that somebody is going to make a play somewhere down here. Treebeard is going to collect that scuttle. Everybody is just very, very much feeling one another out. I think the Drowsin Galio pick kind of surprised RedBird eSports. I think Challengenar is actually really being challenged against Spectre up in that top lane matchup. Nothing is easy right now, and everybody is just playing a very safe game. NCLG We Trust is able to continue to chunk Drowsin, and it's not going to get any easier for Drowsin. He is continuously chugging biscuits. He actually might go down right now. There is the chain. He lets him go. I think Drowsin was actually trying to bait that in. He is level 9 right now, so he's definitely got the ability to use that taunt and maybe get a little help from the tower there. Why I Try is very, very low. He is definitely susceptible to a ace in the hole, and there it is. It's going to go off on Brewster Sauce. It's going to put them below half health. Uh-oh, there's the chain. It's going to work. Drowsin in a lot of trouble. He is nowhere near the tower, but he's going to get closer to it. If CLG goes in on this, yep, there it is. First blood goes over to RedBird eSports. CLG We Trust calling his bluff. Just as we say that, Treebeard goes in to do a little bit of harass. Challengenar trying to come to the defense of his jungler. Parallel Convergence comes out. It's not going to hit anything, but Treebeard is going to be on the opposite side. There comes out the cube. Dash comes out. Tormented Soil pops onto the rift. This is going to speed up everybody that gets in it on RedBird eSports' side. Challenger are going to hang out under that
Double TP.
Double TP coming in. It's all on the bottom side, but Drowsin not able to pick up anything. Just as I think that flash comes over, Little Groot and Man Bear Pig both go down. Drowsin and Brewster Sauce get a little bit of that. You see in the chat, you see there just a little bit. TP coming in. RedBird calls it, but calls it just a little bit too late.
Great job. Great job on the side of VA Esports, showing their veteran status as the team and on the Rift, knowing playing under pressure doesn't do much to us. We can still come back from what seemed to be a slightly lost early game phase for them, but they're not out as Challenger doing some massive damage on Treebeard, ulting in, but here comes Spectre, and Treebeard has to get out, otherwise he would have been dead meat, as 4 of VA Esports are coming in to help their teammate in need.
Treebeard going down to the tree. Believe it. Believe it. Getting taken
Trees
down.
are going to war.
They're going to war. You know, just as we're talking about this, we could see Spectre and Popper go at it. Popper definitely has the advantage here. Tormented Soil goes out, so he's not going to get slowed down enough for Popper to engage on him. We got the we almost have Sunfire Cape completed onto Challengenar. Trundle gonna hit that Tiamat. Gonna try to get. I'm not sure actually what he's gonna go with this Tiamat. I don't know. Probably Titanic Hydra. Yeah, probably.
More than likely. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Titanic Hydra, definitely.
Yeah, definitely
just
get
the health.
Titanic Hydra. Stand Behind Me comes out. I try there to try to get some amount of damage off. Popper Toad, there's going to be 4 down here.
TP.
Here comes a TP. It's going to come in. Spectre is joining the party. Pops down Tormented Soil. Wants to get all of his guys in. But that was a fantastic Lamb's Respite. Little Groot looks like he's going down. All it's going to take is 1 Q. But Man Bear Pig trying to soak up as much damage as he can. Oh my goodness, Brewster Sauce with the forward engage. Now it looks like CLG wanting a piece on this LB, trying to soak up as much damage. Out goes the passive right now. Treebeard 1-on-3. Parallel convergence goes out. I'm sorry, that was Chrono Shift. He takes Brewster Sauce, but he goes down himself. 1 for 2, but it was almost a 1 for 4 as the boys over at VA Esports taking the prize of the first tier turret, and they're gonna take 2 kills to boot. So nice job by the veteran team at Rumble on the Rift, VA Esports.
Well said, Ever. Definitely great gameplay by the side of VA Esports. Like I said, showing their veteran status and flexing that veteran team effort and the know-how of how each other works. Definitely great shot calling, those TPs coming in. Extremely well played mechanically, vocally, verbally, and just executing those great skill shots like we said before. And they're going to just kind of harass us right now. RedBird trying to get this dragon. Probably going to be their, let's see, their Fire Drake.
Yeah, the Fire Drake. That is going to be number 2 dragon for them right now.
It doesn't show on the dragon counter, does it?
Yeah, it does not. It does not show. So they're definitely Rito is definitely going to have to fix that, as it does not show up.
Probably going to count that for like Elder Dragon, maybe. I'm not even sure, even if that. We are seeing some really good push in the mid lane right now, as that is BA Esports' next point of focus as they've conquered the bottom lane turret. So here comes Member Pig and in CLG We Trust. Drowsin taking the lead in that charge. Treebeard and Little Groove following behind, clearing out some vision in their own jungle, making sure that they aren't seen pigged out to start up and engage what might happen to be an engage, actually.
Parallel convergence comes out. He's trying to get a fantastic ult or stun. He's not going to get that off. Now Why Try is there. There comes Bravado. He's going to look for the Dazzle CC. He's not going to get it. Popper and the boys over at VA are going to definitely clean up that CS and all the minions there. And they're going to try to put some work on this tier 1 mid tower, but they're not going to get it. Spectre's
both of them, well, RedBird Esports trying to go for that 1-3-1 split push comp right now, and it works effectively as they get their first tower of the game. And just VA Esports matching them up, sizing them up, saying, oh, we can do that too. We can also do it better, if not better. As right now, you see the jungler and the top laner for VA Esports kind of creeping in and encroaching on Spectre at the top lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Drowsin versus in CLG We Trust, going back and forth at it with the skill shots.
Yeah, what's really interesting about that is, despite the fact that VA Esports is up in kills, they're actually just a tad bit behind in gold, and it's just due to it's due to those the dragons that RedBird Esports is collecting, and the fact that the mid laners and the ADCs are just way knocking out these. They're just doing a better CS advantage. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. It's at 19 minutes, and you see mid lane with 154 CS and Caitlyn ADC with 174 as opposed to 147 and 139. Up in the gold numbers right now. And let me go ahead and check the gold for you guys for now at the moment. See what is happening. The leader for the gold right now on the side of RedBird Esports is close enough, but it's going to be Caitlyn with 6.8k as opposed to the lowest gold carrier on VA Esports, which is 4.6k in the side of Why I Tried, their support. So not too big of a gap. Like, I mean, obviously it's not that big of a gap anyways on the map itself. It's only about a 10k gold lead, or 100 gold lead. Not 100 gold lead, sorry. 1,000 gold lead. Nothing too bad.
Red's going to go ahead and collect first Rift Herald of the night as well. So fantastic job. These guys over at RedBird Esports are just so good at taking these objectives, and right now with 6.9 how it is, objectives are very, very, very important. So they're definitely seeing the promise of these, and that's kind of how it's keeping them in the game. So it's very, very good. And holy LeBlanc damage, just looking to assassinate anybody on this front line. But as you see, Drowsin and Drowsin and I keep wanting to call him I Try, but Why I Try are already getting pretty tanky. So it's going to be very, very difficult for LeBlanc to start breaking down this front line, especially when Challenger gets into the fray.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right now, things aren't looking too well for VA Esports as RedBird eSports is getting some momentum on their side with these rotations
Good
again.
night.
They're very well at rotations. That is a lot of damage onto Brizos from this LeBlanc pick in the hands of NCLG We Trust. Definitely something lethal to be looking to. Especially here comes the comp fight. Here it comes. Bell Convergence. Here it comes. Nothing too much out of it though.
Yeah, they kind of saw Spectre start coming down from the river right there on that top side. Spectre was definitely ready to hit Tormented Soil, ready to engage, throw down a beautiful, majestic pillar. He didn't get that. Brewster better be very careful. He better get off that front line because right now, NCLG We Trust is going for him. He's gunning for him, and if he can get there, he is going to. Treebeard, I think maybe prematurely pops that chrono break, and I'm not sure that that's what he wanted to do. I don't know that he was in fear of actually getting picked off. This is definitely a siege opportunity right here for VA Esports. They don't have the wave behind them, or they've got the wave behind them, but it's going to be a minute. It looks like VA Esports just might be giving up this first mid-tier turret.
Possibly so, as we see the top lane Challenger kind of rotating to the top, getting countered by Spectre, who is coming up to intercept. In the meanwhile, the bot lane for Brewster Sauce is going to go and try to get this wave, try to get the farm up again, try to get that back into the favor, as he is down by 50 about 40, 50 CS right now, in contrast to Little Groot's Caitlyn at 223. Definitely with about 1,000 gold difference between the two.
Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. Challenger, though, is challenging Treebeard in this mid lane. He wants to keep him off. OP pick to OP pick right now, going off. Challenger is going to call help from the VA guys. They're going to try this again, though Dragon is live, so maybe they're gonna try to pick this up. This is going to be the third Fire Dragon of the game already at the 23-minute mark. Parallel Convergence comes out. Treebeard is not going to get anybody, and Popper is going to go down immediately. Tormented Soil goes out. Power of Convergence there. Chrono Shift goes out. Treebeard picking up a lot of kills. Challenger going to flash over. He's going to be all alone. Brewster Sauce trying to kite back.
Ooh.
He's going to claim Treebeard. Challenger about killing Manbear Pig. Manbear Pig steps out with 23 HP. Brewster Sauce again trying to kite as much as he can. CLG Trust is just kind of waiting in the wings, wanting to wait until that flux comes out. It does come out, so Brewster Sauce is going to miss. That was kind of hard to call. I don't think. Let's see who ended up getting the dragon.
It was Brewster Sauce with the Ezreal on the side of VA Esports. So I think that's their first. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's their first. That's their first.
Is it their first?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is their first dragon, but that's going to give them, that Fire Dragon is going to give them a little bit of a boost in that AD department, which is going to keep making that Popper pickup that much stronger. I saw Lamb's Respite come out right there. It was unfortunately used right primarily where Treebeard was throwing down Power of Convergence. While we're kind of waiting, I'm going to go ahead and back it up. Well, I probably should not back it up because I think we're about to see another fight in the mid lane.
Treebeard, Manbear Pig, and Little Groot set up the mid lane, and Spectre at the top kind of luring out this Challenger, knowing well he might come up to him since he was seen and spotted up there, trying to back and probably finish another item build. We do see the rest of RedBird eSports kind of circling around that mid lane tower right now, knowing that that is priority for VA Esports. So they want that mid tower.
Yeah.
They know they want it, and they're just setting up a run and trying to get a good enough catch off, hopefully a pick against Brewster Sauce. Brewster Sauce is acting a little reckless. He has been a little bit reckless some parts of the game in the initial stages of each engage, especially against NCLG We Trust with that amazing pop in and out of LeBlanc.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely want to siege this thing up. Challenge Nar getting the first tick off of Winner's Bite. But the guys over at RedBird eSports are here to go ahead and contest this. All, at least 4 members are here, and you have NCLG We Trust coming up from the bottom side. He's going to engage. He's actually going to get there before Brewster Sauce. So if the boys over at RedBird eSports want to engage, they're going to have to do it now. Because the second that Brewster Sauce gets there, he's got ult up. He'll be able to shove back an entire wave of minions, and there he is. He's here. So that minion wave is going to go bye-bye very quickly between Drowsin Q and Brewster Sauce. Yeah, it's going to go down fast. NCLG We Trust might be in a very, very bad situation. The passive is popped right now. A fantastic parallel convergence comes out, gets 2. Chrono Shift goes out. I'm sorry, Chrono Break goes out, does a ton of damage. Manbear here soaking up a lot. Little Groot kills Drowsin. He gets a double.
Whoa!
He is sitting on that back cloud. Out comes Ace in a hole, but Brewster Sauce able to save him. Why I Try is in a bad situation, though. Spectre claims him, and again, it's Brewster Sauce by himself.
TP.
But in comes the TP. Is LB going to be able to do some damage? That's some fancy footwork, but he does succumb to CLG We Trust.
What a great play by RedBird eSports, and about to be in that 10k gold lead. As they get another turret, the mid lane turret is theirs for now. Treebeard, Little Group, put the 3 minion lane. Not going to be too much, kind of get a little bit of damage as another wave comes in behind, doing as much damage as they can before the Kindred comes in and disturbs them. They might be able to get this tower ever. They are going to get it. Nice.
They're definitely
2 towers.
they're definitely gonna knock it down. That was a fantastic play there by RedBird eSports. I'm gonna go ahead and back it up just a little bit. I want to see that again. That was a fantastic engage right here. We're gonna see it. It was right here. This is the spot. Popper is able to chunk down CLG to about half health. Off goes the passive. A fantastic parallel convergence knocks 2 in. Treebeard sitting here doing a ton of damage. CLG in We Trust able to come in there, blow up a lot of members from VA Esports. You see Drowsin just knocking down the door of Manbear Pig, but he's able to keep them there long enough for Little Group to skate around the team fight. Out comes that fantastic ace in the hole. Brewster takes it for Why I Try, but eventually gets taken down. Here comes the TP. He tries to do a little fancy footwork, but NCLG We Trust gets a fantastic Q off and aces the boys over at VA Esports. And then they pick up 2 towers. So fantastic job, fantastic turnaround. And now they're up by 9k.
Oh, you're definitely approaching that never wanting, the never-ending Mariana's Trench we called the point of no return in that 10k gold deficit ever.
I love the Mariana's Trench reference. That's fantastic. That's also my favorite trench.
It's the best kind of trench. It is the trenchiest of trenches.
Oh, man. Oh. So, let me know in chat, what are you guys thinking?
Drowsin coming against Treebeard trying to do as much as he can. Popper and Drowsin coming in, but nothing gonna happen here for VA Esports as Treebeard manages to get away.
Treebird.
Oh, that was
RedBird. Treebird. Yeah.
Freebird. Freebird.
Maybe he should switch his name to Treebird. That would be fitting, wouldn't you say? Maybe he will after this.
Possibly. Or Freebird. One of those two.
Freebird. Right now, VA Esports is just trying to get rid of all these RedBird Esports wards. Because right now, they have officially kind of taken over the Vision game. Which is not what you want to do. Uh-oh. In comes a fantastic twisted advance, but out comes Glacial Fissure, and that is going to reset and stop the advance by VA Esports. Just as I'm saying that, we have Spectre up in the top side. He is split pushing to win. NCLG We Trust knocks down Why I Try very quickly. Treebeard is trying to 1v5. This might be a bad choice. He waits for Chrono Break to come out. That's not going to put him very far. There goes a parallel convergence. It's going to stop Drowsin, but not stop him completely. NCLG We Trust takes out Popper, and Little Groot able to pick up the Drowsin. But look,
Spectre!
look what
Spectre!
he's doing. He is doing the ex-Peke. He's knocked down second tier by himself. He's knocked down third tier, and now he's on the hunt for the first inhib and trying to crack the base of VA Esports. VA
He's like,
Esports
"Do
is
something."
losing their lead right now. What is going on?
Oh my lord. He's like, do something. I bet you won't do nothing. And they surrender. GG. We end this first game 14-16, 55.5K to 43.5K. 12K deficit in favor of RedBird eSports. Welcome to the Rift, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Welcome to the Rift.
I did not expect that to happen. Right then, a huge GG comes out from VA Esports. The goal deficit was definitely there to put that into perspective. It definitely, rightfully so, probably give RedBird eSports that GG. Fantastic move there. What do you think, Penguino? The count for RedBird eSports was absolutely 100% definitely there. In the fan vote, they just took game one. Do you think they're going to take game two? Do you think some mentality is here being played right now? Because this could be VA Esports' third loss. They don't want that. They're very, very hungry. But
no, they're without a doubt, they're probably one of the hungriest teams on the Rift right now that we have that has participated on the Rift. The thing, though, the only thing I feel that went against entirely and disrupted them from the inside out was Drowsin picking up that Gallia. It might have been something they've been working on. Who knows?
Might be.
But that's not their strength. They need to not be able to... They need to stop experimenting and go to their strengths. Because we saw RedBird... We heard the rumors and whispers that they were great at rotations, and they displayed that beautifully tonight. So far in game one, they stuck to what they know, they stuck to who they were, and they stayed true to themselves as an identity of the team. VA has it. They have the chance to win it all. They should have won the game. It's just Drowsin was trying out something new, I feel, maybe. Nothing bad with that, Drowsin. Good job. You did a really good job. You had some really clutch plays. Now it's just a matter of you saw what they're able to do. Now adapt or die. Just do it. As Such Throws says, do it.
I like there's a lot going on in chat right now. I knew you had it in you, boys, says Ziggy here. Actually bring the moo. Such Throws says. I a Bath Salt Addict. I think TB King would have beat either of these. I really want to see if VA Esports can bring this back. It's so important. They really need this win. They want to put a 1 on up there right now at the Rumble of the Rift. It's so big and they're so hungry and they looked so good starting out, but it was that one fight kind of turned it all around and really hurt them. So, I mean, thoughts though? I mean, I want to hear from you guys, chat. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback here, because I want to hear from you guys. Do you think the boys at VA Esports can pull this one out? Or if you do, hashtag VA win if you think that RedBird Esports is going to take game number 2 with those fantastic rotations. Definitely hashtag RBE win. Me and Penguino are going to take a very short break and allow these guys to get what they want to get done and talks amongst themselves, and we'll be right back for game number 2. Don't go away.
I'm riding around in my car's low. What you waiting for? I feel like I hit the lotto. What you waiting for? I'm riding around in my girl's eye. What you waiting for? We're riding around just to get by. What the fuck you waiting for? I'm riding around in my car's low.